from a South Tipperary Development Company, we're very proud of our association with TUS because TUS is about communities, it's about people, it's about the circumstances maybe that people find themselves in for a lot of reasons. A lot of people are out of work, and the TUS programme allows us to engage with those people in a very structured way.
Yeah, I started the TUS programme in March 2014. We were assigned to Brian Rafferty, which he's over the tidy towns, you know, so I never really done that type of work before, you know what I mean? Even all this is new to me, guard and anything like that, you know, it's all new to me. I never really done any of it.
I read up on what TUS could do for me, and so I thought, yeah, that it looks like TUS could work for me in the long run, that I could, while I was doing my 19.5 hours, I could be looking at the market in doing maintenance and chimney sweeping.
I started in Enable Ireland, as I said, last October, and Valerie got me the placement here. She thought I'd enjoy being in the retail and the whole lot. The whole day consists of bringing out clothes, shoes, bric-a-brac, handbags. Then at the end of each day we off the clothes, which means we date them from the week before. We take everything that's a week out of date and we bring them back in and they're ragged.
Prior to TUS, I was on a false scheme, and prior to that I was unemployed for quite a while. Prior to that I had a garden shed business for, oh God, 25 years. At one point I had up to 10 people employed. But strangely enough, I always felt my vocation was an artist. And by a strange quirk of fate, the fact that my business went, in the long run, I feel is going to have been a fortuitous event.
I started, it was November 2012. It was after 4 years at home, without job, without friends. Locked here in Ireland, like in trap, because I lost everything in Slovakia. I had depressions, and then I came on the first meeting in Spafield, and Kenny asked me if what kind of hobbies I have, and when I said books, then he said, okay, I have a job for you.
And the work placement that a person ultimately gets on the TUS programme is a placement that they have decided that they would like to do. Once we find out from you what is it that you'd like to do, then it's our job under the TUS programme to find you a placement that matches what it is you'd like to do. And I'd like to think that we do that very well.
Valerie, my TUS leader, got in touch with me a few times, and she said she had a few different placements coming up, but she was holding out because she thought that I would enjoy this one, which I did. So she was spot on there, and like, she's been there supportive the whole way through. She'd always, you know, check with us to see are we happy in our placement and the whole lot.
I was impressed by the way TUS, the way it was garnered to what I wanted to do, but not in an idealistic or unrealistic way, but to develop the skill that I had, you know. And I had been on a false scheme, which was fine, but I found on the other schemes you're very much fed into the machinery of the scheme, whereas you're more of an individual, I felt, on the TUS.
I'm usually out with Joe landscaping. Yesterday, just for example, we done a garden in Garryspillane. When we went in there, it was just a big pile of mud. You know what I mean? Now, in fairness, it was just a big pile of mud. By the time we finished, there was flowers, there was mulch. It was a flower bed stretching from one end of the garden centre here to the other, just full of flowers, and it was just gorgeous. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the satisfaction of, you know what I mean, starting off with something that's just a big pile of mud and walking away when you're finished, and the customers then just seeing it coming out and thanking you, and you know what I mean. It's brilliant. You know what I mean? Just to see the rewards of your work done. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just that's really why I love that. You know what I mean?
While the TUS programme itself, from the department's perspective, is about managing the live register, and really I suppose it's about supporting people who are on the live register so that they don't become too distanced from the labour market. It's not a job, it's not a program getting you a job. It's not about that. Having said that, you know, when you come onto the TOOS program, particularly here in Tipperary South, I suppose you are connected in with so many other supports and services that there are very definitely and very real and tangible opportunities for you to get more involved in the labour market, either from an employment perspective or from a self-employment perspective.
They advised me to do the self-employment option course, which I did and completed, and I found it very, very interesting and really opened my eyes at what's out there for someone who wants to become self-employed, that you're not really on your own. With the TOOS's help, and it was TOOS's help, that made me take the big step of going self-employed. I got t-shirts made, I got cards made, I got a loan out to buy the equipment to get myself started, and there you go. I started cleaning chimneys.
The position came up around February for 2 days a week for a part-time assistant manager. So I said I'd apply for it anyway. It was advertised inside in the back room, and I said I'd apply for it. So I went and did 2 interviews and I got it. And I started on the 22nd of April, which was brilliant because on the TOOS program I was doing 3 days a week. So I was able to do the extra 2. I was working a 5-day week, which was brilliant. And my TOOS program only ended there a few weeks back.
Well, I think anybody that's been unemployed for any length of time, even the strongest mind, there's a great danger that you'll go into a sort of place where you feel that you're running out of options, and you've basically nothing to put your energy into, and a lot of your self-discipline, your work ethic starts to suffer. You become a watcher in life, you become a watcher. And I found the benefit of the TOOS program was it got me back into a sort of a routine where I could see a light. I could see a light at the end of the tunnel that wasn't there before. And I've noticed lately that I've come out of that whole unemployed frame of mind, and it basically got my sort of self-discipline and my self-esteem back.
I was fortunate enough that South Tipperary Development Company allowed me to complete a Masters in UCC recently, and it was a Masters in Community and Voluntary Sector Management. And what I chose for my thesis subject was looking at the TOOS program. And while most evaluations of a labour activation program would focus from a community point of view or the government's point of view, I decided to focus on the participants' point of view and see what they get out of a program such as the TOOS program. What I found, and I suppose sort of one of my main findings, was that apart from sort of activating the participants to look for work and to get into the habit of looking for work, 84% of the participants found that they were physically in a better place by being on the program, and almost a similar amount, sort of almost 82%, found that mentally they were an awful lot better off. So this is kind of sort of the unseen benefits of a program such as the TOOS program.
I'm a lot happier working now. Being self-employed, it's hard work. Don't let anyone kid you that it's easy. It's hard work. But I'm happy.
Now, it took a little while, but I'm after gaining way more confidence, and I'm happy. I'm very happy in the job, and that's why I love it. I was just fortunate enough to get part-time work out of it as well.
When I started, it is nearly 3 years ago, then I was 4 years at home, without jobs, without money, without everything. And 1 year here in shop with TOOS program helped me to build my self-esteem to back to normal life, back to normal level. Now I haven't problem to speak with people, I haven't problem to go to town and to meet absolutely strange people. I haven't this problem. 3 years ago it was a very big problem for me to do something outside for outside my normal everyday routine. That was very hard for me. Now I haven't problems with this. This is proof is that I'm here now.
Well, I had somewhere to put my work. You know, there's nothing more frustrating than having a skill of some other and nobody wants it. I had somewhere to channel my work, and I had some it gave me a bit of view of what the potential might be in terms of, you know, working in comics, and there's all sorts of opportunities there. And had I been in some low-paid, mean job I didn't really want, or I would have done it with a heart and a half. I would have shoveled cow dung down a hole for 12 hours if I had got to work. I would have. But the problem with a job like that is all your psychic energy is gone. When you come home, you just want to fall in front of Coronation Street. You don't get to pursue any of that stuff, and your dreams die.
I do believe if it wasn't for the TUS, I'd still be sitting on a couch watching TV or something like that. You know what I mean? And not out working and learning new skills and stuff. You know. So yeah, it's really been good for me.